Hi everyone, so today I thought I would explain for any Street Scrambler owners 2017 to, I'm assuming, current 2021 or at least up until 2019, the fuel cap. Basically I'm going to put a Scrambler 1200 tank on my 900, so I wanted to keep the same lock set as the original cap rather than having two keys. So this is a brand new unit and you get a new set of keys with it. So basically what I'll be explaining is, one, why you can't pull the key out of this lock set whilst you want to refill and how to potentially solve that, and two, how to swap the lock sets between the fillers. So I'll get started. So firstly, you've got a rubber seal or O-ring that will be present. This goes right at the bottom around here. If you take that off, it's quite easy to get off, and it'll make disassembling this a lot easier. You'll need some circlip pliers, and just get your circlip pliers and put them in. It's quite a strong circlip as this, so you might find that these pliers pop out if you don't get them seated all the way in. And you might just need a screwdriver just to get behind the circlip, just to prise it out. There we go. Okay, so then that will detach. So you've just got your top chrome cap, set that to one side. You've got your lock set, and you've got like a spring washer, just to give an air gap for the diaphragm that's in here. So I'm under the assumption that it's like a vacuum diaphragm and it'll let air into the tank. I believe there's a few more areas where it can be done as well, such as the overflow, and I think there's one underneath the tank. So that's easy enough. The parts are pretty much the same on these fillers, so the screw thread part is the same really. They've not used such a cumbersome O-ring on the 1200 model, which is quite nice. You can just prise that open with a screwdriver, little flat headed screwdriver, and get that out and just work it around, and that's easy enough. And then same again. Okay, so now I'm gonna well, to swap the lock set, I'll just cover that first. So I've got the 1200 part with that lock set. It's literally just a 1-for-1 swap. Just set that to one side, put that in with your spring washer, pop that in, and then just to note on the caps, there is 3 prongs which you need to line up with the grooves on the lock set just to seat it right, and then you can pop that back in, put your circlip on, put your seal on, and then you've got a fuel cap that will fit a 1200 Scrambler tank but with the same key. So now I'll explain to you why the Scrambler 900 lock set doesn't allow you to remove the key, unlike the 1200 one, but it can be curable. So I'll disassemble this and you can actually take the barrel out, and basically here there is a tab just above this black this black interlocking clip, and basically you push the tab in and it'll release the barrel. You'll need your key for this as well. There we go. So just be careful that the plastic tab doesn't spring out, because it's spring loaded as this with 2 springs. And basically what this does is when you turn the key and the barrel turns, it allows this to come out of the housing, and it will lock into one of these ridges, which allows you to turn your cap. Whereas when this is fully enclosed and the barrel's in the lock position, the metal housing will just spin within the tank cap. So that's the barrel out. Now just up close, so these ridges here are where the key goes in. You'll see that when the key is completely in, these ridges are completely flat. But when you want to pull the key out, or whilst you're in the transition of putting the key in or out, they go up and down. Now the relevance of this is that within the lockset barrel, let's get this spring out, there are 2 grooves either side, and when you insert the key, those little pins will go in and out of these grooves. But when the barrel is in the unlock position, the pins will be touching the sidewall, so they've got nowhere to go when you're trying to pull the key out, so the pins can't expand out into this chamber. So basically, at the top of the lock set, there's a little tab there, and that determines that's basically to stop it from spinning. But what determines how far it can spin is this ridge on the inside. And now I've marked the area that will need to be removed in black. So basically that part there, I'll just get that there up. So that part there is lower than the rest of it, and then it steps up. So the part that's lower is the range of movement where the lock set can actually move or rotate freely. So essentially, where I've marked in black, if I take that material out, the barrel should move just a bit more to line the pins up again with the grooves, and then I should be able to retract the key whilst it's in the unlock position. So I'm going to go do that, and I will let you know how it goes. Right then, so I've got the barrel. I've taken some material out of here. I'll pop this out in a minute just to show you, but this is currently in the unlocked position. So I've popped the key in now, and there's the tab to release it is there, visible, and then it spins around. That's in the unlock position now, and I can now take the key out. So I'll get it into the lock position. I'll take the lock barrel out and show you what I've done. Okay, so that's out. So basically, you can see where it's fresh anyway. So I just used a Dremel. Maybe a milling bit might have been a bit better to square it off, but just taken a bit of material out there along that edge. You can see where it steps up all around there, and it steps back down again. And it's as simple as that. So I'll pop that in, I'll pop it all back together. I'm just going to, got a bit of grease, I'm going to grease these springs. And I will show you once it's finished. Okay, so this is the barrel now, fully complete. So it's got the lock barrel inside the housing and the plastic retaining sort of hook or clip or pin, whatever you want to call it. So see how that comes out. So that's in the unlocked position, and take the key out, and now it's in the locked position. I'll pop this into the new filler cap. So I've got my spring washer, so that pops in there like that, and then the cap over the housing, and then the spring clip, and there you go, one fuel cap with a Street Scrambler original key lock barrel in. And so if I show you that now, the top part of the cap and the internal screw thread is free moving, and so that would be classed as locked because you can't take it out of the tank. Turn the key, you can take it out, fantastic, and now you can take your filler cap on or off as you please. So thanks for watching, and if anyone finds it useful, then good stuff. Cheers.